to solve a matrix equation. So the equation that we get here as the example is 2, -1, 0, and 2. And we're multiplying it to a 1 by 2, or 2 by 1, x, y. And this is going to be equal to 2, 8. Man, you could tell I'm used to making fractions here. So what we're going to do is we're going to represent the matrix, this guy right here, to start solving this. We're going to make this matrix A. And we're going to let the inverse of A represent the inverse of the matrix. And the goal here is to isolate the variables in the matrix to determine the values of x and y. So the first thing I'm going to do, first thing I'm going to do is choose a color. We have A times x equals B. And what this looks like is our original function. 2, -1, 0, 2 times x, y equals our b, which is 2, 8. Oh, again with the division. All right, so now remember what we talked about before when I talked about how you undo a function or undo a idea or item. Is what we're going to do is we're going to multiply each side by the inverse, because I want to undo this matrix. So a to the -1 times a times x equals, what I do to one side, I must do to the other. Okay, what this does for us, it takes this numeric matrix and multiplies it to another numeric matrix. And it takes the inverse of this numeric matrix. And what it does here is it undoes our original matrix. So if you remember, when you take the inverse, you're going to have a 1, 0, 0, 1 here, x, y. And this is now going to equal the inverse. In our case, this comes out to be, the inverse comes out to be 1/2. 0, 1/4, and 1/2. And if you need a link to that, how to find the inverse, I will link it to this video, if I could remember. So now we're going to look at the left side, the right side. When I multiply this 1, 0, 0, 1 matrix to x, y, I love how I did that to division. Don't do the division. We have our I times x equals the inverse times b. And what we'll get here is we will get xy after all that multiplication is done. And when we multiply this side, we get 3, 4. And again, if you need to refresh yourself how to multiply a matrix, make a note to attach that video to this video as well, since we're kind of skipping a couple steps here on some of the basics that we've learned earlier. So now I could say that the solution to the equation is xy equals 3, 4. Don't put the line underneath. Force of habit from always doing rational numbers is to put that bar between. Don't put the bar between. So there we have it. We have the solution for this. Again, a lot of this depends on previous work. So if you need any help with this, I will link those videos to this one, and so you'll be able to watch it. Alright guys, so if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to ask, and I will catch you in the next video.